Hello, internet friends. My name is Caitlin. Welcome to my channel. I'm back. If you watch the channel often and you're very observant, you may notice that I am in a different recording space now. I moved across the country and I had to completely redo the office setup. So it's done. I have my spooky wall back and I'm ready to record again, but I apologize for the long lapse in content. My bad. I'm back though. But I got here and ready just in time for another Smosh improv video. I feel like these Smosh videos have become like the backbone of my channel and the entire reason I exist on the internet, so as long as they keep doing them, I'll keep talking about them. In case you're new here, I am an improviser. I've been improvising for over 10 years, so I like to talk about it. I like to break things down, talk about improv, and be a huge nerd about it. So that's why we're here. I appreciate every performer that I talk about on my channel. So if I say anything as like a critique or a note, that's all it is, a critique or a note. I am not disrespecting anyone that we are watching. I think everyone is very talented and cool and great and wonderful. And this is just me being analytical because I can't not do that. I have to analyze things and break them down. That's why I'm here. Before we jump into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel to see more content of me talking and also doing improv. I perform on this channel as well, so make sure you subscribe. With all that said, let's watch Smosh do some improv with their TikTok comments.
We're very excited. We will be improvising scenes using TikTok comments as the dialogue.
Hell yeah! That was awesome.
Great. Didn't have to do it again. It's a hard sentence. Try it at home. Using TikTok comments as the dialogue. We're so excited. Angela and Chance are going to go first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did you guys know that?
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna break down the thing that I always break down when I talk about these videos. This is a very common game format in like short form improv, where you get lines of dialogue from some sort of source and then work them into the scene that you're doing. So a lot of times we just get people to shout things out and write them down on slips of paper and throw them on the floor. We've done a game at conventions where I get someone to give us a comic book and then one of the characters' dialogue comes completely from the comic book. We've had times where we've just read text messages off of people's phones. There's a lot of ways you can do this, but the entire idea of it essentially is just to justify what you just read out loud in the scene and make it make sense. That's the whole game. That's what they're doing. The comedy comes from the unexpected words. I don't have to explain why jokes are funny. I think you get that, but that's the bit. That's what we're doing.
This is Smosh's TikTok comments. Have a blast.
Okay.
Can we have a suggestion of a location?
Anything at all.
The dentist office?
Dentist office.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I have a kid with 4 cavities.
No.
I know.
No. Hey,
4.
at least you're making that bank, am I right?
I know, it's like, what is it, a bonus each cavity?
Right.
It's awesome. The mom came up to me and she was like, my kid's got 4 cavities. And I was like, Arasha, please, what kind of question is this?
Oh, right.
Her name isn't even Arasha, I was just being a bitch.
Oh my God, because you have their names on file. That's so bad. You're so bad.
I am bad.
I had a kid with a root canal the other day, and
oh my God.
I couldn't understand what he was saying. He was like, oh, and I was like, I can't understand you. Spit out the water. And he said, why, Tina? I was like, well, girl, first of all, my name's Tim, and I told you that 1,000 times. Good. A little less loopy juice for you. Am I right?
It seems like the floss is getting to you.
Right.
It feels like there's that one laughing gas that we keep giving the kids, and it makes them go, this is their job. They have taxed paychecks from this.
Right. They don't take us seriously.
Oh, you know.
They don't take us seriously at all. They say, we're not doctors because we're fixing teeth. Well, bitch, I went to doctorate school. Doctorate school?
Tina, you did.
I went to doctorate school, and my degree says, do you do weddings? And I'm like, no. I do tea.
I do tea.
I do tea.
Actually, do you mind if I test out this drill on your teeth?
Yeah, totally,
Great.
absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna do what I did with the kids, just practice.
Sure.
Open wide and say, I love Jim Carrey's The Mask.
I love Jim Carrey's The Mask. Ow. Ooh.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. I think you hit something. It's just,
Did I hit? Which tooth did I hit?
Well, I think baby just called me poor with that rent question. So if you keep acting like this, you're not gonna have a job much longer, okay?
Whoa, Tim.
You can't just drill in like
No, I was just testing out the new drill for the kids.
It's fine. Well, do you want to see how it feels?
Yeah,
Look,
sure.
Look, you're supposed to go gentle.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
See? Chance, please stop staring into my soul. Stop. Okay, you don't look at me while I do it.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
Look over there. It's weird to make eye contact. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my God!
What?
Oh my God! I could never dissociate from that gorgeous creature, Tommy.
The other dentist down the road.
I've been sleeping with the other dentist down the road, Tommy.
I knew it!
Yes, we love a confession moment.
Enough about your drill. This is my practice, and I hired you. I hired you, and you signed a non-compete, dude. And you know what? I am crying, y'all.
That's a good pull for that moment. And that's a good
Okay,
button.
I could never.
That was good, but I feel like what it suffered from, where I was just kind of like not as interested in it as I could have been in the early stages of it, was like, it was very low stakes. It's just two coworkers chit-chatting about their day, which is real, is fine. We like basing things in reality in improv, and I think this may come from a background of doing more long form work, which would benefit greatly from that kind of a start to a scene. Like, we're just building the world, we're building these characters, that's perfect for long form. But in a short form scene, you've almost kind of got to like establish it really fast and then get to the point. And we got there once we got like the confession moment of like, oh, I've been sleeping with the other dentist. Like, oh, okay, now there's stakes. Now we see that there's something going on. That brought it up a level. It's really just the difficulty of short form. Like, short form can be a lot easier at times because it's fairly gimmicky and you're essentially just like doing the gimmick, and that's the whole bit. But you have to get there really quickly and you have to elevate stakes really fast, which is not a super natural thing to do in any kind of scene work. So it's just a different technique. They didn't do anything wrong. The scene was still good. It was solid. It was good improv. They weren't falling into any of the pitfalls that like I find annoying with this type of game. It was just low stakes and kind of like a conversation for a lot of it, relying on the lines that they're pulling to be the jokes, which is the point of the game. So they're not wrong to do it. It's just if they don't hit and they don't fit well, it can make it less fun to watch. All right, let's see the next one.
Yeah?
Hey.
Yeah!
Oh, Bert, did I scare you?
Of course! I'm always scared!
Right. Sorry. I was hoping that you'd have a minute.
Did you book a part or not?
Not
Listen,
yet.
I'm getting phone calls.
I love what Tommy's doing off the jump because he's establishing who his character is really quickly, which is what I was talking about earlier, where it's like you have to jump into a short form scene super fast, super hard, which can be unnatural, but just announcing like, I am scared all of the time. Like, this is my character trait. I'm this old man who's fragile and weird. Like, it just, yeah, give me all of it immediately so that I don't need the time to build. Who are you? What's your relationship? Any of that stuff. Just throw it in my face to some degree. Like, I don't want to be explained to, but there is this happy medium, and I feel like Tommy nailed that.
Off the wall saying, but can he do the splits though? The circus wants you.
I know. The circus has been calling and calling. Like, I just got a voicemail this morning from them, and they said, you know, don't make me choose, because I can't. And I don't want them to just, like, you know, take my...
Stopping here because that's one of my, like, things I don't love in this game. It can work, and it is a tool that people use. It's one that I personally don't like. And the reason that is my preference is because it takes the line that you're reading and it takes it off of your character and out of the scene that you're specifically in, and it throws it to somewhere else. The way Rasha did it, though, is a more acceptable way for me to do that because the person that she's talking about that left the voicemail is important to what's happening in the scene. Like, they are important to it. I would still rather it be something her character is saying, though, because again, in this situation, that line would have served her really well if she had just said that as herself, like, oh, don't make me choose. You know, that's a great thing for your character to have, because now it's like, well, what's the other choice that you're going between? We can introduce that now. You know, there's things you can do with that. Putting it on someone else sometimes makes it feel like a bit of a throwaway. And when you are playing a short form game and the whole gimmick is these lines, we should try to let them be more impactful to the scene. So it works here. It was fine. I just would prefer not putting the line on someone else. They did that a lot in the first scene too. Like, oh, this patient said this patient said that. And it wasn't important to the scene. It didn't build anything. It was just like, yeah, somebody said this the other day. Yeah, somebody said this the other day. Who cares, to be quite frank? I'm not interested in what some other person who is not here right now has to say about something that is irrelevant to the plot. Like I said, Arasha did fine though, because it is still the circus that is part of the scene saying it. So a much better way to do it that doesn't completely throw it away. But yeah, if you've been on my channel before, you know I don't like that. But the really annoying version of it is the like, well, you know, like my mom always says, or, you know, I got this fortune cookie the other day. Then it's just like, just don't say that at all. Like, we don't need to hear any of that. They haven't done that yet. Maybe they're taking my advice. You're welcome if you are. Probably not.
Partner and not me, but my heart's not really in the circus, you know?
But like, the circus is gonna love you. It's the best acting gig every actor wants. Standing on top of an elephant, by God, that's amazing. Everyone's gonna say the turtleneck really makes it, and I'm glad you're wearing it. I'm glad you're wearing it.
Wow.
But Bert, it just doesn't feel like me, you know? It doesn't feel like Samantha.
Okay, who is Samantha? Go! Right now, go! Tell me who's
all right.
Samantha.
Well, if I just had to say right now, this would have done numbers in 2009.
Good read from
Okay, well, who's Bert? That's what I see.
Yeah, tell me about yourself.
I want to know who Bert is.
Tell me about yourself.
I like this setup better for the line.
Just off the cuff.
Scared. Number
Describe
one,
yourself.
terrified all the time.
Okay.
And number two, we have two Ians now. Oh, that's because I have mirrors everywhere. I keep getting startled. Okay, well, there's a part coming up where you need to be the smallest person on the planet, okay? They're gonna shoot you out of a cannon. It's for the circus! I'm sorry, it's for the circus.
Bert!
Okay, but I wanna see, I wanna see, who are you as a tiny little person getting popped out of the cannonball,
Maybe I could just try for a second.
Just try.
Okay.
Just try. Oh, get smaller,
Okay,
yeah.
all right,
Yeah,
yeah,
there you go,
small.
ball up. All right, and what are you gonna say when you pop out of the cannon?
I'm gonna say, my goodness, I didn't even like horses!
That's great! That's great. There's no horses in the circus!
Okay.
They killed them all!
Bert,
There's no horses left!
Bert, this is gonna sound crazy, but
Okay.
I feel like I need you there with me. I need you to just get small. I need you to get small with me and just say it, and just say it.
Bert in the circus? Well, I don't know if I could do that. This wasn't even a sketch. They just recorded Amanda during the day. And cut! I've been recording this meeting all day.
What?
Yes, this was our reel for the circus. We're gonna go to the circus, an agent in the circus. I've always said it.
That one was fun. It was higher stakes immediately right off the bat because it's, okay, I've got this offer. Do I want to take it? I'm not sure if I'm going to take this offer, you know, and then getting into a little bit of their relationship too between the agent and the actor. So there was more dynamic to that makes it a more interesting short form scene. I mean, in general, it's a hard thing to do, like establish who are we to each other? What is our interpersonal relationship? What are the stakes of the scene? What do we care about? One of the key things that you should ask yourself in an improv scene is, why are we seeing this particular moment in time with these people, right? Because theoretically, these characters are real people with real lives. And so why is it that we are essentially watching a play of this specific moment in their life? In this situation, I completely understand why we're watching this moment. It's a big decision for this actress. Like, should I take it? Should I not? And then it turns out at the end, oh, also, it's a big moment for Bert because he's going to be a part of the circus too. It's so silly. Like, none of this matters. And it's all dumb, make-believe, silly stuff. But speaking of the technicals, what makes things good? What makes things compelling? That's why this is a more interesting and exciting thing to watch. We care about these characters. We want to know what's going to happen. We want to know what the choice is going to be. We want to know where it's going to end, because that is presented to us very early and we know what we're doing here. We just got to know what we're doing. Doesn't matter what. I'm going to shoot myself out of a cannon at the circus because my agent is getting calls from them. Okay. on paper, that's a stupid plot idea for anything, but who cares? It's make it important. And then we are all on board. This is important. It is important, this job. So that's all improv is. Take stupid shit and make it matter.
Sinks are my devil. Oh, good Lord.
Oh,
No.
Rich.
why is that happening?
Rich.
Yeah, what's up,
No,
Dave?
not the fourth wall. You cannot do that on the
Sorry,
fourth
I guess
wall.
I probably shouldn't do that in front of
You
my
probably
coworkers.
should not be doing that on the fourth wall, Rich.
Actual
sorry.
HR issue.
I'm sorry. You know, sometimes I get a little ahead of myself and I just say, not the old bay.
Oh, that old bay seasoning this morning.
Okay, I'm gonna call this out as we're in it, right? Because what I liked about the first scene, we had stakes right away, we knew what was going on. All I know so far about this scene is that they are two plumbers. Presumably at work. Amanda made a bold choice here in making essentially her first line of dialogue the line, which is a very strong and bold choice, and I don't dislike that. I think that's a courageous way to start and just say, I'm gonna just trust this line to lead me somewhere. And it's fine. The line works and she justified it very well. But we're now 2 lines into it and I still have no idea why we're watching this moment of these two people. So let's see if we get there, if we find some stakes, if we find some point of interest for this particular moment, aside from just silly, goofy, make 'em up ha-has. By the way, there's nothing wrong with just silly for the sake of silly and there really not being any stakes or any important storyline here. But the whole point of my channel is to break down how things can be better or deeper, or if you are doing improv and you're taking classes and you're learning, things you can do to make your scenes stronger and better, because it's never bad for something to be better or stronger. It can always still be entertaining and fun and silly and a good time, even if there is no real plot or anything. But if you've seen great improv, like if you've gone to improv theaters and seen shows that like stick with you, or you just remember thinking that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen, they follow some of these basic rules of improv, and that's all I'm doing is I'm applying that stuff that makes those things happen to these scenes that are, it's Smosh. They're not taking it that seriously. I'm pretty sure these performers already know everything that I'm saying. It just doesn't matter that much. I just want to make that clear that I'm not being a pretentious snob about it. But my channel would suck if I just sat here and went, so funny, so great. Like, you guys watch for this stuff. So, lock in.
I love that you brought the chicken tenders.
Yeah, you know, I just kind of leave them down here in the
Rich.
little cabinet. But
Well, this lady told us that her sink's been exploding since last week, so
yeah.
we gotta get this fixed. Bought this new wrench.
No way.
Got
Is
my
that
name on it.
Hold on, is that a Stanley?
It's a Stanley, and I also got my name on it, and I also got, we're doing what to the baby?
That's a good one. I
That's
love
what
that.
I said when my baby was born. I said,
Yeah.
we're doing what to the baby? And
I
then we
know.
cut that cord.
Yep.
Woo!
Oh man, I tell you what. You know, I never thought plumbing. That is a beautiful
physicality?
wrench. I
Isn't
gotta
it
tell you.
gorgeous?
Yeah.
I think I should probably lock this up.
Can I just like touch the wrench for a
Yeah,
second?
let's get this going.
You know, when I touch this wrench,
Ooh.
I just feel something speak to me. It's almost as if a higher being is speaking to me, and it's saying,
What's it saying,
it's
Rich?
saying, who is the first woman? She has the coolest energy. And I'm like,
How did you know this was, I bought this from a woman.
I didn't.
I
didn't.
It was the first hardware store I've ever seen with a woman selling.
And you know what?
Tools.
Frankly, sacrilege. Only men should sell tools.
I don't know.
Okay.
Hey, Rich, you know what?
Call me old school.
After I had my daughter, I said, Amanda, you were in my dream about a cat cult. And I was like, my daughter Amanda, I was like, you were in my dream about a cat cult.
No.
Yep, she loved cats and they were all in a cult. Chains.
Cats. You know. Speaking of cats, I hate when people put litter down their toilet.
thinking that's a good idea, plumbing it, getting it all up in the plumbing. Yeah, you need a little, extra twerk
I need
there.
a little twerk.
Yeah. No, you say twerk?
Yeah, I need a twerk.
I say torque. we get a little twerk.
Don't talk about my past.
All right.
Listen.
Okay. Yep.
I used to twerk. That's how I got found by this company.
Oh God! Oh, wait. Okay.
Hold on. Let me just.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Yep. It's still kind of coming out the sides.
Well, hold on. I didn't laugh once the last time you did the last sync. So.
Knowing that these are comments written on their TikTok. Ouch. That's rude. But yeah, we're still, just to establish what's going on, they're just working and chit-chatting about random shit. I'm so interested in what else could be going on. So like, for example, when they first started, I was like, okay, how do we make a plumbing scene interesting, right? Like, I want this to be more compelling. What would be interesting is like, oh, what if the house they're at is like one of their exes? And it's like, oh shit, like this is my ex's house. And like, there's a lot of things you can do to make a scene instantly just like about something more important than just we're fixing a leak in the sink, right? That should be maybe the action that's happening, but the actual like heart of the scene probably shouldn't be we need to fix a sink, because I personally, unless I'm actively trying to fix a sink and I need a tutorial, I'm not going to look up a video of two people fixing a sink. I just had like a moment of, this is an interesting way to think of how to do an improv scene, right? It's like the Darmanification of what's happening. So if you're looking at like a YouTube video title and it's two guys fix a sink, you're probably not going to click on that. But if what it says is plumber discovers his ex-wife has secret child with his coworker, what happens next? You won't believe. Like, that is what you would click on. So you, as a performer, you want to find like that stuff really quickly in a short form scene, because it gives you all of the legs you need to get it to a conclusion, to a resolution, which is what we're aiming for. So yeah, the Darmanification of like the concept of what you're doing is probably the most modern way I can explain how to do that thing. I hope that makes sense. Can't believe I'm using Darman as like a positive example of anything. What have I become?
Don't do it now.
I thought my pranks would get you. I thought it would make you laugh. I'm so sorry.
Did you tell me?
Yeah, kind of.
You started this sync?
Hey, I'm just playing little jokes.
So that woman's a prank?
Well, no, that's not a prank. I kind of rigged it to kind of.
I was like, we're on the clock, Rich.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Because you're always saying that, and our geography teacher used to say being able to draw a perfect circle is a sign of the devil.
You know what? I know. Mm-hmm. Remember that geography teacher?
The geography
yeah,
teacher?
she died.
Teacher?
She died? No way.
Oh, yeah, she's gone. She had her whole circle talk. Gone.
No.
Okay. Let me get the stop on this real quick.
Yeah.
God, I seriously need them pants. Because these are tight.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Just call it there.
Sync.
Essentially that happens like a forced button, a forced ending of a scene where there's kind of, it's, for lack of a better word, just kind of meandering on. It happened because there wasn't anything established as to why we're watching this. Because if you know why you're watching it, you know what your endpoint needs to be, right? If we use the example that I came up with, right, of like, oh, we find out that the person's house they're working on like matters for some reason. It's their ex or it's their current partner and they have like someone else, whatever. You figure out what the conflict is supposed to be so that you can get to the resolution of it, whatever that is. Since this didn't have any sort of conflict or major point to it, there was no natural end for it to have. So you kind of just got to pick a spot to go, okay, I guess we're done. And that's always way less satisfying than like a conclusion, right? Like even with the scene before where it's like, okay, we've decided, yes, we're going to do the circus. We're both going to go, right? There was a resolution to the question of what's going to happen with the circus thing. Here, there was no resolution to be had. Same thing with the first scene. There was really no, like, major driving force of what are we going to do, what's happening, what's a choice to be made, etc., etc. There's a million different types of conflict that you can have. Like, if you know the basis of a story, like, try to hit that when you're doing improv scenes. Even if they are 2 minutes long, 3 minutes long, like still try to hit those beats as best you can. I realize I absolutely sound like broken record, but the point stands. And until I see something different, I'm going to have to keep saying the same shit. My cat is trying to break down my door. Do you hear this? I had a comment recently that said to let the cat in so that you can see the cat. So I'm just going to do that. And then if it goes completely awry, then we'll know why I don't usually let them in here. Can you be quiet? No? Oh, here he comes. Oh, don't rub on the microphone. Let's not rub on the microphone. That's where I talk. That's where my voice has to go. Not yours. No one wants to listen to you talk. You don't even speak English. Okay. Okay. All right, we're just gonna continue like this because that's what he has decided.
Garage hasn't changed a bit.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Ever since Dad passed, you know, Mom hasn't changed it at all.
Yeah, I guess. Why would she?
Yeah, I mean, she's just holed up in her room, just muttering the same sentence over and over again. The Amanda fart was so good.
She loves that smell. Like, what can I say? Just anything to get her senses going.
Well, because Amanda was always her favorite.
Right. You gonna play catch?
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, I think I remember how to throw the old ball.
You do? Well, Dad used to say, "Excuse me, expired condiments." Because it looks like ketchup on your face with that bloody nose.
Dude, what the heck, Robert?
Whatever.
Oh my God. Yeah, well, you know what Mom always used to say before she'd play catch with us? She would say, "Why was Chance literally just barking?"
Oh, bro. That's my dog.
Yeah, now it's barking.
I had to take care of it after Dad died.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to get my cat out of here because he's too needy right now. Bubba, let's go. So this one has fallen into a lot of those traps we've talked about. So we're getting a lot of the someone who's not here said a thing one time or always says something or whatever. Just the kind of like cliche way into the line that doesn't really have anything to do with the here and now. And I don't know why we're watching this particular moment. I think the premise they were given sets them up really well to find out why we need to be here. Like, why haven't they been talking and are they going to reconcile or not? But we got that just from the suggestion. So I need the scene to kind of give me more of that. Like, why aren't they talking? What is the issue between them? Is it solvable? And then, of course, we need the third entrance from Tommy. So we need to introduce something for him to come in with. It is sort of the job of the people in the scene to, if you know you need that person to come in, like set them up for it, like introduce what that character is going to be, like give a reason for them to enter. Otherwise, they're going to be forced to just walk in and find a reason, which you can do, but it's a lot more natural if the people in the scene lead to that. So let's see if they do that, if we get a reason for Tommy to enter, and if we get the backstory of why there's issues, if we get resolution to it. I'm interested to see all of that stuff.
And I think Ian needs to be included in this conversation. He's straight up serving.
Okay. Well, the comment just did it for them because now Tommy can be Ian. He can be straight up serving and come in and be part of this conversation because the comment just gave them the exact perfect way in. If I were Tommy at this point, I would enter around now and be like, did somebody call for me? Like, and just play the character of whoever Ian is in this world.
You know what?
You are. You really are.
Oh, he's having
Thank
Ian be
you.
Ian.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so nice that, you know, we could finally, you know, be back together. I kept you as a secret all my life, you know, doing Smosh.
Yeah.
My secret brother, because frankly, you just kind of are not fun to be around.
What the heck, man?
You're always grabbing things and hitting your hand with it and throwing balls at my head.
It's my old bat. And you know what? You could learn something from it. Look at what's inscribed on the inside of it.
On the inside of the bat?
Yeah, on the inside. Open that shit up.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the kind of shit that I do a lot in improv that can be really funny, but maybe is also really annoying. I don't know, but I like that kind of shit. Just like within a scene, almost calling out little mistakes like that. Like inside the bat, it's in it. Okay, I can still snap it in half and look on the inside. Shit like that's great. That's such a good opening. Like, again, I'm probably biased because it's the kind of shit I like to do. But it's like a joke has presented itself to you. So seize it. Why not, right? Like he said, it's written inside the bat. Don't overlook that. That's a gift. That is such a cool gift that he like made a little tiny mistake with his words that in any other circumstance you would just ignore and be like, yeah, okay, whatever. But in an improv scene, that's such a great thing to latch onto and be like, yeah, no, that's what you said and that is what you meant. It is inside the bat and I have to snap it open to see it. That's the kind of shit that I get excited about. Great.
Yeah, man.
It says, we respect Gam Gam in this house.
Exactly.
Good line to pull there.
Exactly. Mom's mom. Gam Gam.
Gam Gam.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's gonna be the ghost of Gam Gam.
What?
Expired condiments, I always say.
Gam Gam.
Gam Gam.
Oh, wait, Dad.
It's Dad.
Oh, it's Dad. Okay. See, I was confused too. So this is where third entrance can get a little trippy because again, it's like we were just referencing Gam Gam and they were like remembering Gam Gam. And so the entrance happened and they're going to naturally think the audience, I mean, in my situation, they assumed Gam Gam. There's two ways you could go about this. If you're Tommy, you can bail on your initial plan once they endow you as Gam Gam and be like, okay, that's who I am now. I'm going to be Gam Gam. Or you could do what he did, which is like, correct them. I personally prefer just like go with whatever's been established because in the scene, like in the world that they've established, it would be weird for two brothers to mistake their dad for their grandmother. Like that's weird for them to be like, Gam Gam. Oh yeah, no, sorry, you are Dad. Doesn't really make sense in context. It's not a big deal. It's really fine. And he's trying to justify the line from earlier of like, and also explain who he is by saying the condiments thing. It works. What he did is also a choice. Like, in improv, there are no wrong answers. There are no wrong choices. There's just different choices, right? If it were me, I would go the route of, oh, okay, well, now they've endowed me as Gam Gam, so I'm just going to, like, abandon the plan I had and just go with that. Because ultimately, what you say at this point doesn't really matter. You're a ghost of a family member, so the impact of that can be the same, regardless whether it's Gam Gam or Dad. So I would have just abandoned the Dad thing. That's my personal choice on it. Does it make a huge difference? No. That's all.
Thing I say.
You look rough.
Boys, oh, well, I'm dead, so you, son.
Sorry.
Boys, I've been listening to everything you've said because my ghost is stuck in this garage.
Oh,
No, because he died here.
That's right, I died right there. We haven't moved it. We haven't moved it.
Still there.
Guys, I've been really disappointed in you. The sentence keeps ringing in my head about your relationship and how you don't talk to each other, and it actually looked really natural on Amanda. Amanda looked great not talking to her brothers. You two look stupid as
Always the favorite.
That's
You know
right.
what, Dad? We don't need this shit anymore.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah?
yeah.
Oh yeah, you're gonna throw that at me?
Yeah, I am.
Go for it.
Someone check up on Angela. OMG.
Do it.
Wait,
I'm a ghost, dumbass.
My God.
You hit your sisters.
We were just walking and a ball hit us.
Shut up.
Boys,
my family's so big.
that's because your mom and I love f***ing. Son, listen.
You know, and when you would,
Yes?
I would always hear you say the same phrase over and over again.
Oh,
in
let
that
me hear it. I
bedroom.
miss it.
You listen.
Let me hear it. I miss it.
Not enough laughs for supple, in my opinion.
That's right. We loved a tee-hee bang bang. That's what we called it. Boys, I want you two to embrace each other. And it's my last dying wish so that I can pass on or whatever. I want you two to hug each other and say, instructions weren't clear. Making grilled cheese, was I close? You remember when I told you guys to make grilled cheese and you didn't know what the you were doing? Say it. Remember the time.
Instructions weren't clear on the grilled cheese. Was
Close enough.
that close enough? Oh.
We get a resolution. That's good.
I feel him within me now.
Welcome home. Gam Gam, father.
Wait. We're definitely blinded.
Dad!
Well, the Dad.
What a punishment.
Who needs
Okay, so, all right, so we're gonna be pulling you guys on.
Okay.
Okay, in about a minute.
Okay, great.
And we need you guys to have like a funny rapport.
Absolutely.
Okay, so like the comedy's all there. You'll be on the
what was
prompter.
your name again?
My name is Mathilde.
Matilda. You have been Mathilde?
Mathilde.
Oh.
My mom was French, but I'm Mathilde.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She's French.
Oh, oui. Hello. How are you?
Awesome.
Very good.
I loved that movie that you were in,
Yes.
Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And you know, I was wondering, how does Amanda know?
Oh,
Right?
I'm the director, Amanda.
Yeah, the director is
the
Amanda.
Yes.
Incredible.
The director, Amanda, she was...
She did it with
knew.
Justine, that woman, yeah.
Yes, and she knew, she said, you are a star. She said that, I want you to go on to the Oscars, I want you to promote the movie.
Excellent.
Exactly, yes.
Good.
So, was it Christopher?
Yeah.
Christopher
Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
No.
Yes. Oh.
Yes.
Batman Begins.
Yes.
Oh.
yeah.
Batman Begins.
So you
People
are...
love the Batman
Oh, The
movies,
Dark
yeah.
Knight. Oh, The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
So, Christopher, you are...
I have other movies though. I have
No.
Okay.
You are an actor, Christopher? Is that right?
I'm a director. I'm
You're a director.
A writer.
Yep.
Oh, okay, so then...
Okay.
Actually,
Sorry, you said yep.
Yep.
what?
And the winner for Best Picture goes to Christopher Nolan for the
Oh
film.
my God.
Oh, Christopher.
He looks so well behaved.
This made me
That
wanna
actually
cry.
works
This made me
great
wanna cry.
as a
Thank
movie
you.
title. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's very much an Oscar movie
good.
title. A
Wow.
sentence.
I honestly didn't expect to be here tonight, and I am so honored. I promised my agent I would say, I love grape nuts, and I'm 49. And that's young. That's young for a director, okay? And, well, what can I say? To my mother, another thing to tell my therapist, because you inspired a lot of my writing, am I right? The Joker.
All right.
This is working well. Yeah.
Wrap it up. No, he's right. Cereal is a night thing. And as a pharmacy tech, this makes me happy. So let's raise more money for pharmacy tech.
All right.
Wonderful job, Christopher. Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Very good.
And now with the In Memoriam section, please welcome Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Ariana Grande.
I gotta say, I love what Angela's doing here because it's, if you have watched the Make Some Noise videos I've done where we do the prompts, my friend Mac, who's in those videos, what Angela is doing reminds me a lot of things that he does where he'll sort of see what is happening, like the big picture of what's happening in a scene, and whether it's within the scene, he'll say something, or he'll just kind of jump in and sort of steer the ship. He's very good at identifying that stuff, and I feel like that's what Angela is doing here. She's like, nothing is happening, let's just get this moving, like let's just keep it moving. I'm just gonna jump up here and like, the award, come up, do a speech. Like, I like when performers do that stuff because it's like, when you're in it, it's hard to see really what's happening, but someone on the wings can tell what a scene needs, and if they jump in and do it, like, let me be careful how I say this, because I don't want to encourage people to just like jump in from the wings and like derail scenes and overtake them, right? Because I've seen people do that and it's real bad because they don't have a sense for it. But if you are genuinely like talented and good at this and know what you are doing, like Angela does, she's a strong improviser, she knows what the hell she's doing. If that kind of person jumps on stage when I'm doing a scene and starts kind of steering it away, I'm going to take that mental cue of like, we needed help there, or like this needed to happen. Whether it's for time constraints, like they're shooting a video on a production schedule, it could be like they need to wrap this shit up and she's aware of that and she's like, we gotta move this scene along. There's a lot of stuff. She did it earlier in the scene where she was in the mech suit, where the second thing they pulled to like offer, she was like, this better be it. Like, yes, it was an in-character thing, but it was also, as an improviser, kind of letting the players know, like, we can't keep doing this bit forever. Like, let this thing that you say be the thing. There are ways to sort of direct scenes in it, right? And that's why I bring up Mac, because Mac will do that kind of shit in scenes a lot when people are kind of just pussyfooting around and not making decisions. He'll lead and direct in that way too. So shout out to my friend and hilarious improviser Mac, and shout out to Angela, because I think this scene needed that. It needed to move right along, and this is helping. It's getting us going. We're just doing a scene with the Oscars. Let's just do some Oscars shit. We don't need like 20 minutes of backstage chit chat.
I too am on Wellbutrin and blood pressure pill.
Hey, don't say stuff like that. And
Hi, I'm big guy and this is little girl.
Up first, this person died. This was Deborah Lenny.
Yeah.
And I would like to say it's a good tavern. The vibes are just different, but it's chill. R.I.P. You go ahead, tiny woman.
Yeah. Next up in the in memoriam is Beatrice Beetlebop. And 3 bowls of corn pops is wild.
R.I.P. Only eat 2, otherwise you're dead.
That's right, yeah.
Thanks, guys. We actually had to run out. The time ran out, so we're gonna have to cut the in memoriam.
Yeah.
I still get my day rate.
Correct.
All right, bye.
Also, just pointing out, Angela used restraint there because she had pulled a line and saw that it wasn't needed, so she just kept it moving and didn't shoot her line in there. So, yeah, there's a lot of smart choices being made on her part here, which is fun to look at.
Bye. R.I.P.
And now the nominees for Best Supporting Actress. First is, Why the Bananas Look Like That?
Scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Oh.
Okay.
All of this is working for me. Only minor change I would make is I would have made the point of if we're doing Best Supporting Actress, that's completely fine, but I would throw a name out there. I'd be like Nicole Kidman and then read the thing, because it makes more sense contextually for the weird line to be the name of the movie, because we kind of established early on in the scene that sentences just sound like Oscar-winning movies. And so the editing pulled that off because it made it be, actor and then the movie on the bottom, what they were nominated for. But that wasn't how it was presented in the moment. It was presented like that was their name. Not a big thing. It's a tiny nitpick, but that's kind of my job, is to nitpick this shit. So we're going to do it. We're going to nitpick it.
Versus the other nominee
Florence Pugh.
with, and the Oscar goes to Zoloft, so I don't kill myself.
I didn't even know I was nominated. Guys, this is wonderful. I'd like to thank Big Pharma. I'd like to say Chance nailed the big curious baby stare. That was what inspired us from the beginning. I know all of you were thinking about ending things, and then we saw that stare. And once again, I'd like to thank the tampons. Okay, thank you so much. Get your Zoloft now. Okay, thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's been the Oscars. We'll have everybody out on stage because we will be singing Frosted Flakes with bananas. And each person has a lyric.
With bananas.
It's a good way to burn through them.
What's your favorite color?
Oops, accidental meditation.
Stop, why does he look like my nephew?
Oh, she joined the choir.
Chance is giving toddler, but also fish.
And I'm Dwayne The Rock.
Thanks, guys. That's been the Oscars 2025. And that's it. There's no other things.
That was another fun look at some Smosh improv. I always enjoy looking at these. It's a fun way to educate on improv and how to do things while just having a good time watching a group of fun, talented people do a fun, goofy thing. I'm curious, if you're one of the people that watches these videos whenever I post them, what do you get out of this? Are you learning improv skills that you're using as a performer? Are you just enjoying learning more about the art form that performers that you really like are doing? What is it that you're drawn to? Or do you just want to watch Smosh again, and this is an excuse to watch the same video you already watched 6 times again, but not in a compilation? And if that's the case, I'm fine with that. I still get the views. As always, if you guys have content that you want me to take a look at, react to, break down, please put that in the comments. I would love to take a look at the stuff that you guys are watching and that you're interested in knowing more about. I would be happy to break it down as an improviser from that point of view. If you haven't already watched the Smosh video for whatever reason, go watch it on their channel. It is linked below, the full version of it. I do always cut material out because I don't want to just show you a Smosh video on my channel. That's what their channel is for. So go watch it there if you haven't seen it, or you just feel like watching it again without me talking over it. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button. That actually is really helpful for us as creators if you do that. So please do. And if you didn't like the video, just move on. No one really cares about your negative opinion, so just keep it moving. If you've come this far in the video and you're not already subscribed, I don't know what that is about, but go ahead and subscribe. It is completely free for you to do, and it is the best way for you to support me as a creator. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sick of hearing my own voice, so I'm going to stop talking. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.